Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we will call meeting to the order. We'll have the attendance first. Myself here, Jennifer Baker,
Here.
Brandon Disney here, Mary Wilson, City of Clear Lake.
She's
I'm sorry, here on Teams.
Okay. Kylie Peacock,
here.
Linda Rosasville,
Here.
Bruno Sabate.
I am here, but I am weirded out that I'm on the agenda. Am I the primary now and not Helen?
Is it Helen?
Yeah, I thought Helen was always the primary. I'm here. I'm just weirded out that my name's on the agenda. I'm like, did you just change that after our phone call?
She said you tag her. I can change that though if she is.
I'm gonna double check for you just to make sure, but I thought that's what it was. That's why I called you and said I'm coming, but I'm the alternate, and hopefully I can help out. But I will double check. But yeah, sorry, I'm here. I'll shut up now.
Before we dive into the item 3, which is the action item, we have an item which is not on the agenda. So we should consideration of extra item not appearing on the agenda. And I would like to add an item about update on the Blue Ribbon Committee funded project for stormwater.
So this is not an item to take action on. This is an informational item.
Yes, just an update, information. And that would be added to the new business.
Okay. I'm good with since there's no action to be taken, I'll move to approve the change to the agenda.
Second it.
Cool. We'll take a motion. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So we get it added to the agenda, to the new business.
Excuse me, have you established a quorum?
We do have.
Yes, we do have a quorum.
You have to put that in the record, please.
Okay,
part
yeah, since we have a quorum, so I think we can probably move ahead and then
Thank
have
you.
our action.
That's just part of parliamentarian practice.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
We'll keep that in consideration for the future meetings. So the first action item we have is approval of meeting minutes from February 2025 and August 2025.
Make a motion to approve the minute.
A second.
We have a motion and we have a second. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
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 So it seems everybody is in favor, so it passes with all in favor of passing it. We move to item number 4, which is new business. So the first item we have here is the stormwater resource plan. Heidi.
Yeah, okay. So I believe it was sent out an executive summary that Jen prepared going over the plan, but I'll go ahead and give a brief summary of that. So as you should know, we had a stormwater resources plan completed this year by MC Engineering, and just wanted to let you all know what that plan really is, why we needed it, and what we need from the council now. So California Senate Bill 985, also known as the Stormwater Management Planning Act of 2014, set a requirement for municipalities to create a stormwater resources plan in order to be eligible for state and federal grant funding for stormwater and watershed improvement projects. This stormwater management plan establishes a countywide strategy to capture, manage, and beneficially use stormwater and dry weather runoff. And by adopting the plan, Lake County meets the eligibility criteria for future proposition-based funding programs and any subsequent bonds that fund multi-benefit stormwater, flood management, and water quality projects. This plan identifies specific projects in the county Those projects were submitted by the public and by the cities and county to MC Engineering. They compiled those projects, wrote up some, reports, descriptions, the benefits of those projects, and compiled them into this stormwater resources plan. And even though they created a list of all of these projects that were submitted, funding eligibility is not limited to these projects. The stormwater resources plan just had to be created in order to apply for grant funding for projects that entail stormwater and watershed improvement. So just wanted to make that clear that although there are about 17 projects listed in the plan, we can still use this plan to apply for grants for different projects that are not included in it. So once the plan is adopted by the cities and county, and then reviewed by the State Water Resources Control Board, the cities and Lake County will be able to participate in State Water Resources Control Board grant programs that we had not been previously able to. Adopting this plan does not commit local funds or authorize immediate construction. Rather, it positions Lake County and its cities to qualify for future state and federal stormwater and watershed funding opportunities, compete more effectively for multi-benefit grants that support water quality improvement, flood risk reduction, habitat restoration, and climate resilience, strengthen collaboration among agencies, and align project planning with the county's groundwater sustainability, flood control, and climate adaptation goals. So, in conclusion, we recommend to the council that they adopt the 2025 Stormwater Resources Plan as a strategic administrative requirement that preserves Lake County's eligibility for millions of dollars in future grant funding. The plan does not bind the watershed to construct any listed project, nor does it limit future opportunities. It simply provides the state mandated framework that keeps Lake County grant ready for upcoming funding cycles. We recommend that the Clean Water Council approves this plan and forwards a recommendation to the Board of Supervisors and City Council members for formal adoption.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Miss Kylie. So do
Somebody need to make a motion to approve this plan.
I make
Excuse
a
me,
motion to move?
Do we need
excuse
to open
me,
recommend?
excuse me, Mr. Chair, a point of order. When you accepted this motion, the motion to include a new piece of business that was not on the agenda, Bruno said you can't take action.
It's not this one.
This
Oh.
one was on the agenda.
This one is on the agenda.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is the 4A item
Oh,
here.
thank you.
I motion to approve.
I do have a brief question just to ask. Are some of these projects overlapping with other projects that the county or water resources is already working on? It feels like some of these are might have relations with like the hitch with helping to clear some of, like I see dam stuff on Adobe Creek and things like that. Is that supposed to commingle the dollars in some way, shape, or form, or braid the dollars, kind of like multiple grants doing the same type of work? Is that some of the intentions that I'm kind of perceiving from looking at this?
I think as far as I have looked in, based on my understanding is, so the project which is already in motion might not be in this one, but in the future, like which we think might be beneficial for like as a hitch barrier or trespass or something, it might be there. But mostly this covers stormwater, even not a whole lot of creeks or other things. Does it cover those?
It's anything that's beneficial to stormwater. And so it's all projects, not necessarily always just commingled. Sometimes they could be brand new projects. We just need to pass this document so that we can say that we have this document, which is kind of a precursor for grant funding. And so A lot of the projects that were submitted through our, what was it, the portal? And there were ideas that the community member had and concerns, areas of concern that they've had. And so that's how those projects came about.
And so other than coming here to this committee, has this been brought to the jurisdictions to take a look and see if there's other projects that they feel might be missing, or is this solely community-based project submissions?
No, the cities
It
have
was
been
open to
included.
the public to submit projects as well as the cities.
Okay.
So I know
Okay.
each city's submitted projects that were of concern. But like I said, this is not we can still this is not limiting the projects that we can apply for grants for. And I think that it's kind of this plan is showing the state water control board that we have projects that fit their criteria. And it's just demonstrating examples of those.
And I think you did said like in future we will have opportunity to add projects to this list, right?
Yeah.
Well, it won't be update. The plan will not be updated, but we can submit new projects in, when we're applying for new grants, we'll have to, we can add projects that are not included in this list.
So basically, this is a living document. This can be amended in the future.
Correct.
Excuse me,
So I'm ready.
I think you just said the plan will not be updated. I'm not sure. You can't have a living document if you're not going to update it, number one. And number two, I think the problem is that the word plan, it's not a plan. It doesn't have fixed projects that are committed to in any sense of the word. It's a scope of work for a plan to be done in the future, basically.
So I think what this document serves as a purpose to identify those projects and open that funding opportunity for these projects.
Sure.
So
Well,
just to be eligible,
please clarify if it's going to be a living document or not, because you have a conflicting statement on the table.
I don't see it being updated anytime soon. If we do update it, it'll be updated as necessary, but as it stands right now, it's the projects are just examples of things that we can go after for this with this document. It just opens up funding for us.
I think that I would suggest that it is a part of your other larger stormwater management project, if you understand what I'm saying. It's not a standalone thing. It reflects all of the existing watershed work that's being done. So I would hope it would be attached to that master document that you're working on.
Noted.
Yeah.
Cool. Are we ready to
yeah.
make a motion to approve?
Second.
Yep.
So
Okay.
we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
I
Is the people online?
Ms.
Kylie?
Kylie?
Mary?
Aye.
Okay. So this motion passes, and then this would be recommended to our board, and then cities can recommend to their council. The second item we have on the new business is PEOP communication workflow. Jennifer.
Thank you, sir. Hi, everyone. Jen Baker, City of Lakeport. And the PEOP is our education outreach group. And I have been working with the ladies to standardize our processes a bit more so that we're not redundant in our work and so that we're also messaging succinctly across the line, and that we're starting to use the Clean Water Program as the head, and then we are aligning to show partnership of the cities and the county in each thing we do. So I developed it loosely, a spreadsheet that's going to serve both as a planning tool and real-time tracking. So that will help us with our annual report. We'll be able to have a summary of everything we've done with dates aligned and who was part of it, which should make compiling that data for that annual report a little bit easier. And the first sheet is an education topic identification sheet. So we went through, and this tab outlines kind of any and every topic we could think of that's going to relate to stormwater management for the education. So it would be tied to seasons, environmental conditions, compliance priorities. And this allows us to plan in advance. So we would have, dry weather, illicit discharge messaging in summer, kind of educating people how to report to us concerns, leaf litter in the fall, and things of that sort. It also, hopefully, longer run is going to help us identify gaps to audiences that we need to specifically do some outreach with. Sorry, I'm just scanning through my notes. For instance, restaurants, landscapers, contractors, things of that sort. And ideally, this is going to give us a uniform record that'll support the program documentation. And again, I'll expand that and standardize us. And we've also come to agreement that we'll standardize the Facebook social media messaging. So we will, every time one of us posts, it'll be every partner posting same individual message. Original post will be under the umbrella of the Clean Water Program. And then we're going to tag the cities and the county, and then we can consistently share. So ideally, this will turn one post into many. And again, that we all are on the same page and messaging the same way. So that is my update for that. If anyone has any questions or comments about that.
Makes sense. One standard message across all jurisdictions.
Ideally, well, hopefully we're all duplicating work.
Yeah.
So to kind of combine it together and get a little more succinct.
Just maybe a
Love
little
it.
more
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Love it.
Wonderful.
Cool.
Thank you.
Anybody online?
Yes, this is Betsy. I have several questions, please. First of
Yes,
all,
ma'am.
who is it that was just speaking?
My name is Jen Baker, and I work for the city of Lakeport.
Okay, and of course, I remember you from previous meetings. I have a couple of questions I'm saving for public input, but one of them had to do with the annual report. I've been participating in the outreach and education and public participation work group for about 16 years now.
Wow,
Well,
that's wonderful.
since 2009. So it sounds to me like, and I'm inferring this from the fact that I was not asked to provide input to this annual report. Now, in past years, I have provided input as a participant in that work group because I provide a Facebook page that promotes clean water program information. I also produce a radio program every month that focuses on water issues, and I host that program with Angela DePalma Dow, who is now, of course, the Land Trust Executive Director. But
Yes.
those are two types of production that need to be in the annual report. And also, everybody in this meeting, if you don't know that you can provide me with outreach that I can promote on the radio, I'd like you to understand that. I've been, I need to maybe renew the point of contact within the Department of Water Resources to make sure that you all understand that you can use KPFZ as a source of outreach. And of course, we always support public service announcements from the Public Health Department when there's a cyanobacteria bloom or, things like that. We do a lot for this outreach project or compliance part. So maybe you and I should talk offline, Jen.
Sure.
But
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. I will take all the help I can get, Miss Collin. Tell you what.
well,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Any more comments? online? No. All right.
Okay, so I think we'll move along and then we will move to our next item, which is to inform update. And we have Jennifer again for this.
All right, everyone. Just for a little context, I'm not sure how long ago the software, excuse me, was
Mhm.
definitely in place before my arrival, but we utilize a platform to log our illicit discharge, and I believe we have the trash module as well.
It's just illicit discharge right now.
Okay. With a software platform called Second Nature to Inform, the number 2, and then Inform. And we noticed collectively as a group that we also were using that in a bit of an inconsistent fact. All of us were kind of doing our own
Right.
system inside of there. And we also learned that definitely we're repeating work. There's a lot of redundancies. So these vendors, they're wonderful. They're always very receptive to teaching us how to use it a little more efficiently and how to work around in it. And I believe it was, I took the wrong one. I believe it was earlier this month or the end of September.
It was end of September.
Thank you. That we did a 60-minute training with them as a refresher to go over our processes. And sorry. And the goal of that one was to help us standardize everything. I think that we'll be much more successful as a group if we start standardizing our processes. So we're all same thing. Everywhere you go, it's going to be the same thing. And what we learned by doing that, again, we identified the redundancies and they showed us how we can take what we're entering into that platform and just convert it to PDF to be that report that we send off to the California State Water Boards. And I don't think any of us were doing that. I think the group had a process with a templated form, which is great. But we were taking that templated form, kind of doing that work, adding the pictures, doing all this, and then going over to this, at least I was, and then going over to this platform and doing it one more time and kind of attaching it. So big time saver that they showed us. And my concern about the PDFs inside of the To Inform, I was concerned it might not hit all of the data points that the water boards need, but it surely does. So, and you can add the pictures to it, like just the time that we will be able to reclaim by using this software appropriately, I think is going to be a big benefit to the group. So I just wanted to update on that and let you guys know that we're still using it and hopefully we're going to be using it much more efficiently in the
I think a
near
lot has to
future.
do with the turnover. We've had turnover. And so trying to learn that that database is a little different, where I can put mine in, but I don't necessarily finish and close out my cases.
Mm.
And so having them reiterate, hey, this is what your process is and what you should be doing, it kind of helped me jump and better manage what things I report and how it's going to come out in our report.
It does also, I forgot, it does also display a map and we can see all of our incidents in the
Mhm.
map. So that's also quite informative too, to kind of pull it up and see comparatively what our district looks like as opposed to Clear Lake or counties. So it's really a great tool. So I'm excited to get in there and use it efficiently.
So,
And that is all I have for that one. So if anybody has any question or comment, I'm happy to. No?
good.
Okay. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Okay, so we'll move to our next item, which is the new item which we added today. So it's an update about Lake County stormwater projects. So about in 22-23, there was couple of projects which was submitted to the Blue Ribbon Committee for the stormwater management, and so those in total, I think it was about 4 or 5 projects in total, costing about $1.7 million. And in the previous round of funding, we got about 700,000 of those funds. And how that has been used is the TRAS implementation, and also I think this report here, Stormwater Resource Plan the
Correct.
MC engineering, that is also funded by the same.
It's EOA. EOA is doing our stormwater plan.
Oh,
management
okay.
Plan.
So yeah, so basically like the and strong infrastructure assessment. That's the basic purpose of it. And in recent round of funding, we got about another $1 million, which was initially submitted but not approved, or it was approved, but we were waiting for the funding. So the goal of those projects is to um, do the infrastructure assessment as well as the stormwater management program and policy review, just to make sure that we are up to date with like other agencies and we are ready to apply for funding or any future funding which becomes available. So that's the goal for those funding. And when we applied for those funds, there was like a commitment from the board, board of supervisors, like to provide us $100,000 a year for 5 years. And that was basically to cover like overhead for our water resources department, because many times these grant doesn't cover the overhead cost. But in the previous round with the 700,000 which we got, we have mostly used like our internal funds for that. So, and there was a need to some funding for the groundwater management, more specifically Big Valley GSA. So in this week board meeting, like we asked board to approve to expand the use of those stormwater fund to also include groundwater management. So those projects are moving along, but because we had some need in the groundwater, so out of those 500,000, we're gonna use it for both, like the stormwater as well as the groundwater. So yeah, I think that was the update. Yes.
Obviously that part I'm well aware of, but it's been a while. I apologize that I've been to one of these meetings. I am the alternate, I'll give you that. But what I don't see in there, which could be really useful, is what is the budget for stormwater? And is it something that can be shared with this group every so often? Maybe not every meeting, but at least once in a while, twice a year, whatever that might be, just to get an idea of what is being spent to move the projects forward, what money is available for other projects to go forward. Since there seems to be very specific buckets that are designated for stormwater projects, it would be nice to see how where the money is and how it's been used as well as accumulated. In the future.
Yeah, definitely we can include that in future. Right now, the recent funding which we got is still in the, like we are doing the paperwork for it in order to make sure that it's aligned, and we do have like a shared where we collect the water quality samples.
Yes.
If we have like all cities and county contributing towards the same.
Yes, we do first flush for the
First,
cities.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that might be a good idea, I guess, to provide.
Each city does not have their own, it all comes through one central area for all the work that's being done, right? I know we hired somebody or we're paying for,
To develop a plan.
but that was all shared, if I
Mhm.
remember correctly.
Yeah.
So the money is based here, then the work is coming out of here, or is the work being done by all jurisdictions individually with their own separate budgets?
I think for most part it's their own budget,
Okay.
like it's separate, but then we have a common plan, or like this clean water, like this meeting here.
So yeah, we have a contract which we actually need to renew again, but we, the county, do the sampling for the cities. And then I believe we like charge you guys or
There's a fee I'm not familiar. Bethany normally coordinates that. I
Contract that I
Yeah.
remember we did.
Yeah.
right, and that contract is needing to be updated. I just have to find it.
But there's other projects other than just the sampling, and those projects are done internally by the cities.
Correct.
Oh.
We work hand in hand with our cities on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Whatever's not the most complicated thing, but whatever's possible to at least let us know what funding we've received, what we have left, and what projects are utilizing it. That would be a really good visual to better understand how we're making progress.
Okay.
So great.
That sounds good.
Bruno, I'd just like to add that is one of the primary responsibilities of this council under the regulatory statutes governing the stormwater management program in the county of Lake to oversee that budget and make sure the projects are on track and so forth. That's what this council is supposed to do. Um, uh, uh, and also I think I'm concerned about not understanding when, Pauline, when you say you're using internal funds for that. I know that there are several $1 million in the budget for the Department of Water Resources that is supposed to cover the operations of the Department of Water Resources to serve the Watershed Protection District. And, that's, I would wonder where that money is going if it's not being used for the projects like the groundwater, the Big Valley Groundwater Sustainability program. I think, Bruno, really, we need to see all that.
When you say like millions of dollars, for which program you're talking about?
I think what she's talking about is your general budget for Water Resources and Watershed Protection District has millions of dollars because it covers all the salaries, it covers all the work that you do. She's concerned about the money being taken from your general dollars that you have in your budget and not the $450,000 that was moved over to the GSA. She's worried that you not touching this, but touching the money you have in your budget, what did it take away from in your general budget? Because you work within a tight margin.
Yeah.
And I think that work has been ongoing and vacancies sometimes create allowables for moving resources around. Not everything that's budgeted is always 100% of the time used. There's always a little bit of fluff. And so as long as we are not losing anything, that to me is the most important part. But I think getting a visual in our eyes on the budgets to ensure that we're using the money appropriately and we know what's left to see if we can do more is going to help us moving forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do that. We
And
can,
I think
at the next meeting.
for most part, because like most of our programs are grant funded, so they are already have a pretty defined scope and like where we're gonna use it. It's just that the board fund which was provided to us was because we didn't know like how much overhead it would be. So one part is like we had less overhead than we expected, and the other is like whatever that overhead was, we have been using our internal funds. So
And I think on the next meeting, we can provide those
Yeah,
charts.
yeah.
And I think ask Miss Jackie to come because she can explain it way better than any of us can. I'm not an accountant by any means. So I think she would be a better resource to explain those things and create those, what the budgets look like and where everything is going. So in our next meeting, we'll definitely invite her and have her present on that.
And yeah, I would just like to say that yeah, there are like checks and balances in place, so it's not like we have a lot of leeway to use some fund for something else. That's definitely not the case. And moving forward, probably we can have that budget thing here, so that would clarify those things. Okay, so do we have any more questions? Okay,
Mhm.
so not seeing any, so I think we can move along, and then we have our old business here, adopt a drain update.
So I am happy to announce that our Adopt a Drain is still alive and it's actually flourishing. We have a lot more people participating. Wasn't able to bring the slides with me, but if anybody hasn't checked their drain, I know Hamlin has reached out to me and said, "Hey, did you check your drains?" So make sure we're doing that. Please be safe about it. Don't remove the grates and things like that. It's stuff we've been putting out, and I'm hoping that we can put it out during our PIP too. For our stormwater stuff, our outreach stuff. And so we've removed, I want to say 3,000 pounds was the last number I seen in this county. And so, and it was like 36 drains at the time that were adopted. And so we have a lot more drains. Well, not in many of the counties, but more of the cities. And so we have drainage issues. And so I think it's successful and it's as long as we continue to promote it. I know I have it on cards and QR cards and I just kind of pass them out on how to adopt your drain. I think it's a fun program because it gets you you're actually doing something. You can physically see your change in your community, and how you affect that drain. And so, yeah, I just wanted to say that for Adopt a Drain. And is there any questions about Adopt a Drain?
We have a hand up from Betsy.
Cool. What you got, Miss Betsy?
Yeah, this is for Bruno.
Oh.
The city of Clear Lake has in 2 previous decades created a master drainage plan, improvement plan for the artificial drainage system in the city. And that could be combined with annual $1 million awards of creek improvement grants from the Department of Water Resources. But as far as I know, to this day, even though the city is doing this fabulous road job, there's no work being done on that drainage master, the drainage master system upgrade, and that contributes to that lower arm contamination. So, just pointing that out.
So just as a response, I know that they've done a lot of, for lack of a better term, irrigation work or stormwater work on some of the roads that they've done. I don't know if it aligns with the stormwater master plan you're speaking of, but I know that they've done a lot of underground tunneling in order for water to get off the street and into the right locations. So hopefully that does align with the plans that were done. But I know also that right now they're going to stall doing a lot of that work for the fact that they're struggling with some of the environmental issues that are coming along with digging underground. And so they're going to have to really go tiny project by tiny project and not entire road projects, because the environmental impact of cost is going to be based on the entire road project and not just the area that they're looking to dig in. And so they're cutting back.
I'm not talking about anything related to roads. I'm talking about the drainage system that comes down, starting from Ogulin Canyon, Burns Valley Creek, over Burns Valley Road, underneath the old Four Corners Lumberyard, and then drains out into the canyon behind the El Grande Hotel. It's a whole semi-artificial drainage system, and then that flows down into the lake. I don't think
Yeah.
anything's been done about that.
No, that's you mentioned roads, so I got distracted. I don't believe they've done anything, and that comes out right at the Lamplighter, not El Grande, but either way, I know which one you're talking about. The one that goes underneath Safeway, comes out at the fire station, and goes through town.
There might be another drainage pattern coming off of the hill that comes down behind the hotel. But if you go behind the hotel, you can see it. But yeah, I know the one you're talking about too. That whole
Yeah.
there is a whole very, very disconnected artificial drainage system in the city that really does have to get fixed.
Well, lucky for us, Mary Wilson is on the meeting, and I'm sure she's taking copious notes to bring that to the city.
Hey, Mary, if you want any information about that, let me know. I've got the whole history of it.
I'll reach out to you, Betsy.
I do have a question. Do we know how many drains, how many drains there are versus how many have been adopted?
We don't. And so the reason for that is because it's not just drains. If it's a culvert you want to clean out, you can adopt it. You drop a pin there. If it's a little 4-inch right in front of your house that, is part of the culvert system, you can adopt that. And so to get all that data would be hard for.
It's adopt a drain.
Yes, it's one of those like little, it's wherever you think trash is going to collect or, it's going to affect our waterways, you can clean it out.
And so
you can adopt it.
Is there any kind of messaging or outreach done like right before the rains start to those who have adopted to see if they can go and clean out their drains so that it can allow for the flow to occur?
And this is the wonderful thing about this program is that Hamlin sends out those reminders. So,
I guess if I had adopted a drain, I would know that.
you know, I should have said that. That was a good comeback. Yeah, I could have been like, well, did you adopt your dragon? You would know how this works. But that's the very cool thing about this program is it really doesn't take any of our time. We don't have to send out any letters, any reminders.
It's automatic.
Yeah, the welcoming packages and everything come from Hamlin. And we also do have the ability to look at that data and we can add it to our stormwater reports.
And so my concern, I guess, from some of your answers that you're not sure how many, but I'll go specifically drain, not drain with air quotes. Do we go out to clear out the other drains that are not adopted to ensure that there's going to be flow so it doesn't create flooding anywhere in the community?
So for us,
Or is that public works?
that's public
Okay,
works, yeah.
okay.
And so we do our two drains. So we have Leonardo and Michelangelo, who the names of our drains, and our guy.
Donatello.
It wasn't quite close enough, but our guys do. Fred, thank you, Fred and Ed, who take care of our drains here within the city of Lakeport, and they maintain our drains and report out on the app just like they're supposed to.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
It's usually like a 5-minute process.
Yeah.
We just take a bucket with us and shovel out whatever's there.
Little push broom and
Yeah.
cleared.
cool.
Okay, so do we have any more questions on this?
Send me a link.
I got a QR code right here for you, bro.
Keep mine in here.
I gotta find a drain. I don't have one near my house.
Yeah, that was us too. Yeah. See, you can just give it to Bruno so he can screenshot it right then and there.
Dang.
Keep it with me.
Now you have to adopt one.
Can I take this?
Yeah.
I know where to get more.
I'll get other.
Yeah,
I'll get other people.
there we go.
No, you
Okay,
should-
so
You guys should also check out the Department of Water Resources website, all that outreach material that's on there. And when you're going to your civic meetings or your organizations, let them know that that information is there because it's just gorgeous. They did the storyboards. Remember, Linda? I mean, it's just fabulous. The people in your room in this meeting need to promote the use of that material. It's excellent.
Right. Oh, and a shameless plug for our whatchamacallit. We actually have free boater kits that we are giving out right now. All you have to do is do a nine question survey, and one of those questions is your name. So literally, if you want a free, we're giving them out. We've posted it on Facebook. We have it here at the counter. So if anybody knows boaters, would like a spill kit, just come up to us and we'll be happy to get it out to you. So
Agreed. City of Lakeport too has them at City Hall available for anybody who comes in.
that was Miss Jen. We're dog
I kept trying to
walkers.
give them to this guy over here
we have a handful.
with the boat business.
Cool. Can we-
Okay, so I think we can move to our next item, which is coastal cleanup day update.
Okay, so I cannot tell you how happy I was and excited I was for this coastal cleanup. We had nearly 100 volunteers across 8 sites. We got people calling in who were like, "Hey, can we have a site in the Oaks?" And I'm like, that coastal cleanup's tomorrow. So next year we'll tag you, we'll get you guys on the board. And so it's growing more, people are becoming more involved. And so it's exciting to me to watch this grow. We team up with, why can't I remember their name? I know this. It's the the Clean Commission.
Coastal
Coastal Commission?
cleanup commission.
Yes, thank you. Wow. It's late.
Don't forget the folks down in Clear Lake, caring for Clear Lake.
Yep, they helped out. We had, like I said, 8 sites, and so Clear Lake always has theirs. And the people who do that site are the people. Was it Caring for Clear Lake?
Citizens
Barbara
Caring for
Chrysler.
Clear Lake.
Yep, Citizens Clearing. Yes, they did awesome. And so this year we were able to give out a boat. We only had one. I tried to get some donations and stuff for all the other sites, but we only got one boat from the Coastal Commission. It was a 4-person blow up boat, and the one person in Middletown that we only volunteer in Middletown won it. And so it was and he was like, "Really? I just cleaned my ditch." And I was like, and he got a boat. So, aside from that, we were happy that Supervisor Rasmussen donated funds. And so we got to show appreciation to our volunteers, and we had a barbecue for our volunteers. Chris from our department barbecued. You know, everybody came out and helped, and it was really, it was a beautiful thing. It was nice to sit there and talk to everybody afterwards, and you know, get to know them. You don't really get to spend time with your volunteers very much, so I thought this was a very cool thing, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to do something like this again next year, and hopefully it just continues to grow. But it was exciting, and if you guys get a chance to check out the Facebook post, if you were a volunteer, tag yourself in it because I think that is super cool. But that's all we got until September again next year.
Yeah, and I really appreciate that. I did receive a couple of comments from people, so I think that was really awesome to hear. Yeah.
And to piggyback on it, we at Lakeport alone had 23 volunteers, and we had our best poundage. We had 2,260 pounds collected.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's nice.
it was, or well, Ron and Cody kept showing up with, it was like, where are you going?
Yeah, it was super cool. People were just coming, and so I don't have the exact tonnage that we removed in total because some people didn't keep track as well as others, but we're
I
around.
go through the hauler. I didn't do
Did you?
this. I mean, I did the scale at the site just because it was fun and like
Mhm.
kids loved it.
Mhm.
And I would pump up, like I'd add 10 pounds to every little kid who came. I'm like, you collected? And it's 12 pounds.
How many kids showed up? It was so cool.
Lots
How
of
many kids showed up?
It was fun.
Yeah,
The our total, real total came from the hauler.
yeah. We had 8 sites, so we couldn't. It's kind of
Yeah,
harder to
yeah.
get them. And Lucerne came out in full force, and we had to actually call in somebody to shave some off the top. So,
Oh gosh.
and it was one of those big.
Yeah.
What are they?
Like probably 14.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
big yard
The
bins,
roll off,
the
yeah.
roll off ones. Yeah, we had them come out twice because
Yeah.
Lucerne did not hold back, and so
That's good.
yes, I'm going. It's better in there than it is in a waterway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, but that's my update. Any questions?
Okay.
I just have a suggestion. Trevor Mockel is our new Deputy Chief Administrative Officer working for our Public Information Office. It would be fun to see a press release with all that information about all the different parts of the county and how many people volunteered and all that kind of stuff. Be a great promo.
Cool. Cool. Noted.
Okay, so we will move along to our item number 6, which is clean water updates, monitoring updates, MS4 first plus updates.
Okay, so that was me and Fred. We did that
The Thursday, last Thursday?
last Thursday, and so samples went out. We had 4 that didn't get sampled because there was no running water.
Yeah, it's the 4 sites that are commonly dry this time of year.
Right, and so it did get conducted, samples did get sent out. We are waiting on the next storm because I believe we're supposed to do 5, right? And so, as the storms come, we'll start taking samples, and as soon as the data comes in, we will disperse it to who needs it.
Is this the testing of pyrethroids?
Pyrethroids? No.
I don't know if I said that right. Very close.
This one is metals. Let me think. Metals. We did. Let me see. And
This is the wrong guy. I just grabbed them for you.
I could share. I would share the COC with you guys because I can't remember off the top of my head exactly every characteristic we tested for. Our regular turbidity,
Nitrogen, phosphorus.
fluor, yes, phosphorus.
So it's just water quality, water, gotcha.
Correct. And we do metals out of 3 just different 4 sites. And so,
And for those pyrethroids, I think because we didn't exceed it or like so we don't have to do it repeatedly. So I think once it's done, I think we are done good with that. Yeah.
right, we're still working on finalizing, I'm working with Jessica to finalize that report. It wasn't finalized, and so we're doing the edits that they had requested, and then we'll submit for final.
Okay, sounds good. So we will move to our next item, number 7, work group meeting schedule and updates. Con.
I apologize. Bethany is out of the office for a bit. With the exception of the meeting we had last quarter when we met, I don't believe this group has come together again for an additional meeting.
Okay, sounds good.
It'll be waiting on her desk when she
It
gets
will,
back.
it will.
Just piling them. The next one we have is Muni, good housekeeping.
Yeah, the Kylie Peacock, City of Clear Lake, I host the Muni Good Housekeeping work group. We met in September to work on our annual reports together and do a little and just to kind of go over what we were including in ours and kind of touching on what Jen was talking about earlier is just trying to help each other out as much as possible to not have to do things twice. So that's what we did for our last work group. Our next one will probably be at the beginning of next year. And I think we'll be working on pesticide fertilizer inventory spreadsheet or something of that sort, which is a requirement of the MS4 permit. So.
Okay, that sounds good. The next one we have is outreach and public participation. And I think this is a joint for
Yeah.
all the people in that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was all of us. And so that's where you start seeing us sharing our Facebook posts. Miss Jen has been gracious enough to be our creative person for us, creating the posts and whatnot. And we kind of put our heads together on what information we want to share. And then we just share it out to our Facebook posts is what we've been doing. And I think we also talked about maybe having all these meetings in one hit.
We did, because this one we're doing as a monthly. I think we need to revisit the permit to
Mhm.
make sure that we're hitting the cadence. The outreach is a monthly, and I think the other two are at this point in time to be a quarterly cadence.
Mhm.
And I'm not trash quarterly.
Quarterly would be good for that one. And so we're looking at trying to get them all because we all have busy work schedules. And so it's easier for us to just hit every subject in one hit rather than trying to have 4 separate meetings. Yeah. And
That
so
would make sense. Yeah.
when we start to put these together and well, we've kind of been having our meetings and getting things worked out. And so, but yeah, I think for future, we're probably just going to add them all into one meeting, one monthly meeting or so.
Yeah. So the next one we have is stress and IDDE.
So we have been super busy with trash and IDDE. We have been doing cleanups along creeks. I'm trying to think. Right now, we're finishing one in the Oaks on Mountain View.
Stokes.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dubs.
Stubbs Lane, yeah.
Dubs Lane and the Oaks. We've had a few in Lakeport outside. I will actually I wanted to map them out. I'm wanting to get better because we're doing so much work and actually capturing what we're doing and how much we're doing. And what trash is one thing. IDDE, we've been helping with the removal of abandoned vehicles in creeks. We just finished one this morning over off of in Lucerne or Upper Lake, over by Robinson.
I saw that yesterday.
That was
That's for
crazy.
you.
Let me tell you anyway. So I think we're doing a lot of good stuff there, and I am excited to actually share that. But I think having those visuals would be better than me just telling you, hey, we've done 6, 7 cleanups and we've responded to these many IDDEs. And so I need to get better at that. It's just because I'm doing a little bit more. And so it's a little harder for me to focus in and getting what I actually want it to look like. Right now, I'm just playing whack-a-mole.
And you have that one big trash site on 175 that's in planning right now.
Yep, that is
Yeah.
something that Supervisor Rasmussen brought to our attention. It is at the headwaters of one of our creeks. Uh, Unfortunately, we're having a hard time reaching the owner. It does look like it's an unpermitted cannabis site of some sort, so we probably won't get a response till May because October already happened. And so we probably won't see anybody out there until May. So without the ROE, we can't go on. There's no right of way. It literally goes from road to property.
What point do you go get a warrant?
That is going to be on CDD. So we're working with CDD as well. And so we don't have that
You should.
authority. Oh. Emma, if you're handing it out.
You have to write
Because-
it into an ordinance.
I mean, because it's like as the rain comes, all those things, the plastics will break down. So now you have microplastics going into our waterways. And so this is why when I hear about things or somebody brings something to my attention, we address it as fast as we can. And so
So you said not till May, but you also said you're working with CDD. Are you hoping to get something done sooner? Okay.
I'm hoping, yeah, because we sent out from our department, all we can really do is ask for the ROE. So we sent a letter to the address that is in assessor's office, and we posted one at the gate. And so that as far as we can go.
I'm getting in the weeds here, but at the same time, like environmental crimes,
Mhm.
to me, one of the biggest concerns of environmental crimes is not you cut down somebody's tree or you salted the earth. It's all of this is going to leach into the waterways, which then goes into the source, the main,
Right.
not the source, but where it dumps into the waterways, which is the lake. And so I would feel like giving you the tools that you need to act as quickly as you need so it doesn't impact the waterways. I'd be down to look into that just because that would be a better tool for you to have. Like, do we want to protect the lake or do we not want to protect the lake? And
Right.
if right now you're handcuffed to do so, I'd love to release you.
We are literally held
And
by ROEs.
I think it might be just the code enforcement having some time for our department. That might work
Like
good
in
enough.
parallel and just working together.
Yeah, so because having a full time or like somebody just because it does require some kind of training and
I just think Linda would enjoy that.
yeah.
That's what Linda looked.
Linda can definitely do that.
It's the
because
Linda I
she-
met.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's a gift and a curse. Yeah, I do feel like we do. If I can get I really just want to get things out of the tributaries.
Yeah.
And so we are held by, you know, I usually use Neil from Fish and Wildlife. If I am like, this is bad, bro. Like, can you do something? You got a gun. Linda doesn't have a gun, you know. Linda doesn't have mom stairs. I'm like, Linda just got some mom stairs. Stare you down. That's about it. But you know, I need teeth, and so I understand that CDD is, you know, they have issues too, and so, but there are a lot of things that we could use CDDs and code enforcement's help on. Right now.
Yeah, but that thing is in works. So hopefully, I think we will get it out. We are working with CDD. Sooner or later, probably that should be out. Maybe not this season, but definitely out there for the next season. Okay. Do we have any questions here? Okay, seeing none, I think we can move along. And the last item on our agenda is upcoming meeting dates for 20. So this was the last Clean Water Council meeting for 2025. And then we have the proposed date here for 2026 meeting dates. So February 19, 2026, 2 p.m. Lake County Courthouse. May 21st, 2026, 2 p.m. City of Clear Lake Council Chambers. August 2026, 2 p.m. City of Lakeport Council Chambers. November 19, 2026, 2 p.m. County of Lake Courthouse.
And so, because these dates are put out in advance, I'm like, can we make sure to be there? Because this is only our second meeting that we've had a quorum since 2024.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. So,
Um,
and
do-
so, if we can plan to
Yeah.
have to be here,
So can I ask a favor?
of course.
Can you send out these invites to all of us so that we can populate our calendars
Yeah.
as quickly as possible?
Yeah.
No
So that we
problem.
don't
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay.
over commit to other things.
Send invites for all.
And then I sent you an email about the alternate and the primary as well.
Yeah, I got that, and I noted it right here. I was like, yes, okay, cool. So to do. I think that's it, unless, one of my things, and this is a little off the agenda, but I'm not sure if I'm hitting everybody who is supposed, like, I know that I hit the council members, but is there anybody else in the public that we're supposed to be sending these to? Anybody, like, I
Like
put it out there.
Inviting.
Yeah, like I put it out, but I couldn't find from when Angela was here, like who that was. And so I'm going like, or they just had the names without the emails attached to them. And so I just want to make sure if there's anybody in jurisdictions that I need to be reaching out in your guys' areas, let me know so I can put them on the list too. And so,
Sounds good.
cool.
I'd like to suggest that you start the year by sending out the legal agreements and the purpose of the council and the purpose of the council to all the people that are on the email list and invite them to participate, because it's not excluded to just appointed members. It is open to the public. It's a Brown Act meeting. We could have members of the Audubon Society, the Sierra Club, the municipal advisory councils and so forth. And I think they would really appreciate knowing what this council is about.
Okay, yeah. If they can reach out to me and give me their emails, I'm happy to send things out to them.
I'll do that for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I see the our item number 10 and 9 is like little bit out of order here, but I think we might have
My
to
bad.
adopt these dates. Like, are
I
we?
think that was the action because we postponed it last meeting.
Oh, is that
Okay.
supposed to be an action?
Yeah, I believe so. Because if you look the minutes, I read them before I came, but I thought it said that we deferred the new calendar because we didn't. I don't know. We did it for something.
Do we have to?
We didn't have a quorum.
Oh, we did-
Okay.
oh, that's right.
So do we need to adopt these dates? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just need to
I
get
move
it
to
approved.
approve the calendar as proposed.
Second.
Cool.
We have a motion and second. Everybody in favor?
I
Hi.
We have some people online here. Mary and Kylie.
Aye.
Hi.
Okay. So everybody in favor, so this motion passes, so these would be the date for the next year meeting. And the last item we have on the agenda is the public comment period. So open to anybody who has any comments. There's a hands up from Betsy.
Yes, I have several questions, actually. The first one is, has the annual report been turned in for the compliance program? Has that been completed?
Is that the MS4 permit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And do we have somebody assigned to lake bed management at this point? My understanding is that there's a limited staff in public works, and water resources is doing lake bed management. I'm not sure how that's set up.
Yeah, lakebed management is with water resources, and we do have a staff for that.
Okay. And then there have been several different discussions about water management, water quality management. Stormwater is only halfway connected to water quality, but there is a direct connection between the water quality improvement program for Middle Creek Marsh restoration and our agreement with Yolo County Flood Control Water Conservation District, which just this summer, the original application for a water right was, I think, expired. And so the Watershed Protection District no longer has an application for that water right. I just wonder if there's any other plan to manage that resource along with this situation up in Upper Lake where the easements on watershed properties may impact the funding of some kind. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but do we have somebody working on identifying what we need to do for Yolo County in relation to our water rights?
I think your question might be related to the Middle Creek water rights. Yeah. So there was like an application which was filed long back for the water right for the Middle Creek project. But that was always in question about whether that's even practical or even needed in the first place. Yeah, we were supposed to have like some discussion with Yolo County about that, but I think the water board was asking for more clarification that what was the purpose or what was the need for that water right.
There was a requirement that Yolo County placed on the approval by the State Department of Water Resources, and the requirement was for Lake County to do the scientific analysis of availability of water and show that the amount of water that was applied for would be available, and that data was never produced. So I'm guessing that that's what. There's no longer any application for water right.
That was the requirement from the water board. So basically, in order for them to allocate any water right, we need to show them that water is available in the first place.
So I'm asking if the issue is dead now.
I believe it expired.
Yeah, that thing is expired. So I mean, that's not no more an issue or.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. If that's out of the picture finally.
Yeah, it expired, I want to say, at the end of last year or the beginning of this year. I remember that was a conversation. But I don't know. I'm just making an assumption that once the Middle Creek Restoration Project does take effect and we start seeing the marshlands come back to life out there, I bet you we will have another discussion about water rights, which will probably be a fight with Yolo County Flood Control.
Oh, yeah, there's no question. There's no point even discussing it, because Yolo County would sell us the water, and we wouldn't need to have the right or the license to renew, and it would be no problem. So just keep that in mind. The last question I have is, what happened to the basin monitoring plan, where we were going to have electromagnetic detection of groundwater basin margins to determine the proximity of the Scotts Valley Basin to the Big Valley Basin, and the monitoring wells that were going to be placed along the perimeter of what is thought to be that basin in the city of Lakeport? What happened to that project?
So that project is in motion right now. We just put out a RFP, received one of the proposal for that, and we would be reviewing that proposal and awarding that bid in depending on like what the merit of that project. So you are talking about that AEM study for the groundwater basins, right?
Yeah, great.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Could I get a copy of the RFP so I could just talk about it on the radio?
Yeah, it should be published out there. I mean, we can provide it, but it's
still open, or did
it got closed. We received only one bid on that.
Yeah, I'd just like to see what the scope of work is, because we're really keeping an eye on that groundwater basin issue between Scotts Valley and Big Valley.
Yeah. You know Todd from our department, Todd Abbott.
Todd Abbott?
Yeah.
No, I saw him speaking at the Board of Supervisors on Tuesday.
Yes.
Should I get in touch with him?
Yeah.
He does
Oh,
it.
great. Oh, super. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Betsy, if you go to Lake County website and on the top you go to business and bid opportunities, and then if you click closed for the show closed, awarded, canceled bids, it's just half a page down here. I just found it real easily and quick. Airborne Electromagnetic AEM Survey of Lake County's groundwater basins. It closed on 11/7/2025. And then if you click on that, you'll be able to see a copy of the RFP.
Super. Thank you very, very much. Really interested in that project.
Should give us a good information.
Yeah, so that project is moving along and hopefully we will get it done sometime soon. Do we have any other public comment? I see Betsy's hand, but I think it might be the older. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Thanks for all the information, everybody.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think with that, I think we can adjourn the meeting. Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Have a good day.
To better answer your questions, for stormwater, we do